so much for joining. So we'll
No
talk about the
problem. How you
werewolf
doing?
story later. But all I want to introduce Sauce, who I've been calling the Mermaid Man. Thank you so much for joining, Sauce. How have you
No,
been?
thank you. I've been actually really good. I just came in from a
I
fishing
can't hear
trip,
you.
so
How come I
can you
can't
hear
hear
me?
you? Oh, there we go. Now I can hear you.
Is that better?
Yes.
All right, perfect.
How's it going? How have you been?
No, I've been really good. I just got in from a fishing trip like yesterday, and now I'm off until like the 6th, so I'm actually pretty good. Got some time off.
Nice. Well, you know why we have you here because, well, first,
Absolutely.
you are like a myth right now. You know
I
how
know.
many people think you're dead?
I know. It's
Like,
crazy.
people are like, no, he died. He was in a car accident right after he filmed those videos. Or, and I'm just like, but
All
our
that's
messages
true. All
didn't
that's true, but I'm alive.
really. Okay, so before we get into it, I'm going to back up just a little bit. When did you start? When did this all begin? When did you start having experiences with these creatures?
It was, I believe it was in March of 2001. That was the first time.
So what were you doing? Were you like out in the middle of the ocean or was
Yeah,
it?
I'm a commercial fisherman, and I fish for scallops. I fish for quahogs, clams, things like that. So I was off the coast of Nantucket when I heard these. We were probably maybe 3 or 4 days out fishing, almost finished with the trip. We were on our way back in, and that's when I heard everything.
Really?
Yeah.
So, okay, that was back in, you said 2001.
Yeah.
So you continue to have experiences with these creatures,
Correct.
right?
Yeah.
Now, is it true that you guys would pass each other stuff? Like you would throw out like bait
Yeah.
or and they would
Yeah.
throw
I
stuff
I threw
back?
out a crab. Yeah, one time I was on a live and I threw a crab, and then the crab got thrown back to me. Yeah, yeah, it's crazy. Yeah,
Oh my God. So I have to ask this question. Have you actually physically seen one?
yes, yes, I have many times.
Really? What do they so I know it's not like the Disney creature, right?
No,
It's
no,
Disney effed everybody up. What do they look like in your words?
they're huge. They're huge. Like most of their body, like from what I've seen, is their tail. And that's like at least 10, 12 feet at least. And it's just picture a humanoid fish, like big eyes, very gray skin, very gray. That's what I can see under the water, and just almost like dread-like hair. It's crazy. It's crazy because we've seen so many at once, like on the boat. Like you don't know if it's dolphins. Then you say like, all right, that's not a dolphin because dolphins like have like fins. You don't see like straight arms. It's just
Yeah.
and they're moving so fast at certain times. It's just it's not. Dolphins don't swim like that. It's crazy. And so when I actually see them, it's always either underwater or it's like quick movements. It's never like they like come up and they're like it's face to face. Like I wish. I'm waiting for that moment. That's why my phone's on me at all times now. All the
Or
time.
maybe you shouldn't be waiting for that moment because it seems like they have bonded to you or kind of locked into you.
Oh, I feel that
And
way. I feel that
and
way.
if you read all of like the myths and the legends, I actually have I'm dropping a mermaid myth and legend folklore by Friday, just describing, and it's crazy that you describe them like that because there is one myth around the African mermaid, and they describe her as having woolly, long hair, grayish skin,
Mm,
and that's in their folklore. And this folklore goes back 30,000 years. So it's
it's
interesting that you
crazy.
said that.
It's
Um,
crazy.
so my thing is, you're not like, and this is what I want to really put out there. He is a true commercial fisherman.
Yeah.
He's not like some guy off the road going out on a boat doing
No.
wicked tuna type stuff and fishing. How long have
No.
you been deep sea fishing?
I've been commercial fishing for about almost 5 years now. Yeah. So it's very exciting, very crazy type of lifestyle I live. I spend at least 200 days out of the year out in the ocean. I do a certain type of fishing where we have multi licenses and I fish all year round. So even in the wintertime, I'm out there. So very
And
rarely in
that's
my home.
Wow, that is amazing. Okay, so the video that has everybody talking that puts you, back in the spotlight, and then we're going to talk about the whole government seizure and all of that because I know everybody wants to know about that as well as the car accident. But that specific video where you see two things off on the side of the boat. Uh, so I have to ask, were what were they saying? Stabilizers. Were they the
Stabilizers.
stabilizers?
Now I show my boat on. I love that you asked this question because my out people think they're stabilizers for the outriggers, which is actually normal. But the stabilizers for my boat, because my boat's very big, I have a 168-foot boat, are at the back of the boat. And in one of my videos I posted, I actually posted at my boat the whole way. Where that is shot, there is no stabilizers there. There's posts that go up and they stay up. So we use the back stabilizers. Those posts don't come down. Those posts only come down if the boat is out of water to be picked up out of water. So yeah,
Wow. See, I love that because that explains it 100% because I don't know anything about fishing.
yeah,
Nothing.
yeah,
Zero. So you couldn't tell me if one boat looked like a crab boat or a regular fish boat. I don't know if there's
yeah.
other
No,
differences.
I
Well,
understand. I
I
understand.
don't know.
It's very foreign. I get it.
But the whole and then that video, but see, you say foreign, I would totally go out there with you guys.
Oh,
100 I
see,
would
not a
probably
lot
be
of people would do
puking,
that. That's
but
cool that
I
you would do
would.
that. That's cool.
I would
I like
100%,
that.
I would do it. But so I have a question. At the end of the video, you hear, what did it say? Because everybody was posting it. Jump for me, or what? You heard
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, it literally said jump for me, like clear as day, clear as day. You can't miss it. Even when I heard it, I was like, holy shit!" Like that, like you can't mistake that. Like there isn't no. I kind of heard it. There isn't no. If those words were said, those letters were sounded out, and that's just more proof. I think that's just more proof. That and the bone that I found are just like two things that I have, and that I capture them all on video is just amazing. It's
So
just
explain more, talk about more about the bone. What did you find, or what have you
so.
found?
I have a bone. I have a bone. It's in my storage. It came up on the drag, one of the drags we had, and it was just weird. We catch a lot of whale bones, because when whales die, they do sink to the bottom of the ocean. That's where we do a lot of our dragging. So we catch a lot of debris, a lot of stuff like that. But this one was just different. It was just shaped like a big tail. And fishes don't really have tails like that. Their tails are made up of small, tiny, bones. This was just literally shaped like a mermaid tail would be. So I took it, and where I'm from, New Bedford was the whaling capital of the world
Yes.
back in the day. It is the biggest fish, as far as fish port and profit in the world
It's
right
where we
now.
used to get
Second
our
to
oil.
Tokyo. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy. It's crazy. So the story Moby Dick was written in New Bedford. So it's nuts. A lot of history.
So you found a bone. Okay, do you still have the bone,
Oh
or was
yes.
that now we're gonna? You still have it?
Yes, I took it to the whaling museum because we thought, it might have been, a whale, some weird bone. Whales have tons of bones. So I brought it there. I brought it to a whale bone guy. He is marine biologist professor, okay? As soon as he looks at it, takes out a measuring tape, takes out this little spectacle thing, starts taking out this little camera, and I said to myself, I said, "Here we go." Said, "Here we go." And I started asking him questions while I had my camera. I'm like, "Have you ever seen anything like this?" He's like, "I've never seen anything like this." He emailed about three or four of his colleagues that he knew. Everyone has texted me asking me if they can have the bone to do further testing on it.
No,
And yeah, hell no. And they've
it'll
um
disappear.
they've just told me we don't know, we don't know what that is. We'd love to find out and do some more testing if you give us the bone. And I said, "No, you're crazy."
No, it'll disappear. It's like with the Smithsonian when they step
Yeah,
in and take bones, they never.
no.
That is okay. So people are asking, can you do a video about the bone and show
Yes,
do that?
I have one already.
You
There's
do?
one. I have as part of the whole thing of the me videotaping the guide, everything I just explained to you, I have on camera.
Oh
Everything
my
I just
God.
told you, I have on camera.
Okay, I'm gonna have to stalk your page because I'm gonna
Yeah.
reshare that. That is
It's if you go on my
amazing.
page under the top of the playlist that has a little mermaid emoji. Just click that and go down that little wormhole. Those are all my
Yes.
videos that I think are the biggest, you know, people can't say those are fake videos.
No. And see, this is what I love about firsthand experiences. You can't say that this is a secondhand experience. This is a true experience
Yeah.
experienced by you, the actual person. So it's hard to discredit that, even though people love to do so. There's always going to be people who judge and say, no, you're lying, you're wrong. Well, you weren't there, you weren't experiencing it, and you
And you
also
know
have
what?
the
I
evidence.
let people like that have their opinion though, because everybody's always entitled to their opinion. But like
Yes.
people like, oh, you played that sound over the speaker. All right, I'm gonna tell you something. If you work on a fishing boat, you only use a loudspeaker to call if somebody goes overboard or an emergency. You don't play around with it. It's not like I'm gonna go up to my captain and say,
Yeah.
hey, I got this Mermaid mixtape volume 2. You wanna just play this over the loudspeaker? I'm gonna get famous real quick. Like it was never anything like that. It was just like I'm like, this is weird. I'm pulling out my phone. And that's what I've been
And the
doing.
key thing here is you are still a fisherman. It's not like you
Yeah.
got super rich off this. If
No.
anything, now we're going to get into the government stuff. If anything, you put yourself in a limelight that could be really dangerous. I mean, we've heard of TikTokers, YouTubers
Oh
disappearing
yeah.
because
I've
they know
I've
too much or found out too much. So, what did you experience? Because for a while, your page was blocked, it was
banned,
gone. And if you
blocked.
can you put your handle out there so people who are not following you can follow you and
Oh,
see?
you, you can yeah, soft 90. That is my main page. That is my official page. Any other page you follow is not me. There are absolutely tons of other pages, but this is
Yes,
me. Tap in if you haven't already and just check out those videos and decide for yourself, man. You know, let the proof be in the pudding, and whatever your opinion is, your opinion is. But
exactly. So what happened?
yeah,
What happened to
after
you?
I posted my first video, the first video, next trip I was on, boom, government's on the boat building a lab. I'm like, what the fuck is this? So I'm like, I talked to my captain. He's like, yeah, we got picked for a random government survey. They're gonna take us around all these spots in the ocean, and we're gonna drop the dredge, and they're just gonna test the wildlife and this, that, and the other thing. I said, that's cool. Why they do with guns on here?
Oh my God.
So, so he's like, oh, he's like, it's just protocol, this, that, and the other thing. I said, okay, all right, that's cool. So we couldn't take our phones out on deck, all different types of shit like that. But I don't give a fuck. I still do what I don't want to do anyway. What are they gonna do? That was the type of mentality I had because I'm like, this stuff is nuts. This stuff is crazy. And I'm like, so we get through doing the first week of the survey. I get home. I go to cash my check. So I go to my captain's house. I grab my check. On the way home, I'm driving down like the back roads to get to my house, and it's a dark lit woodsy area. Someone is driving on the side of me with their high beams on, coming at me, and they don't turn them off as I'm trying to take a turn. I missed the turn because I couldn't see, and I go up over a rock wall into a tree. I broke my leg, a few ribs in my nose. I had to get cut out of the tree. Yeah, it was pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
They try to take you out.
They drove off. The person drove off, didn't stop, didn't do nothing. The person kept driving, and I was just like there, like the person whose yard I crashed into, like called the police, and that's how they found out.
Oh
Yeah,
my
really
God.
scumbagish type stuff.
So
So, and then I wasn't on for the rest of the government survey. I wasn't there no more because it was a 3 week survey. I was on for the first week, then I wasn't there no more. And then like
you
the
were in the
whole time
hospital.
I was home, like with my broken leg, like I used to have this balcony, and I used to look out the balcony. I'd go live all the time. There used to be a black SUV parked there all the time, all the time. Just watch. I swear, like these dudes do not mess around. But with all that being said, like I think I still have a job to do to still post what I see, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that it gets crazy. People can say, "Oh, but the coincidence is just too much." There's just too many.
Yeah.
Like
I don't believe in coincidences. And
not
actually, there's a
one after
history.
another. Yeah.
No. And so, just a sidebar. there's actually been written record of whistleblowers who come forward and who disappear. A famous one was, I can't think of his name right now, but he was like a viewer for the government, and he could see bases, like alien bases. Well, when he was going to go to the news the next day and basically be a whistleblower, they found him dead in his Las Vegas hotel room. Before they
That's
even
how it
notified
happens.
the family, they cremated him. That's actually illegal. They didn't even tell
That's
his wife.
crazy.
Yeah,
That's
so
crazy. They didn't even
it
respect any of like
happens.
his death wishes or anything. What if he didn't want to be
Nothing.
cremated? That's messed up.
Exactly. But his family didn't even know he was dead. They didn't
It's
even
making my
know until
palms
weeks
sweaty. My
later.
bad.
Yeah. No,
That story's
it
making
is
my palms
truly,
sweaty.
and
That's
everybody out there,
crazy.
that's how you know this is a legitimate experience. Once the government comes in and tries to discredit you or that they're doing testing on something else, that's typically your biggest red flag that something's going
They
on.
brought a
They don't
lab.
come in.
A lab.
Yeah.
They said they're out there looking
So
for fish, then why does that lab have a hospital bed? Like
I think what they messed up on, and I wanted to ask you, and you don't have to put this out there. I'm kind of doing a lot of different projects based off DNA theory. I think that these mermaids or sirens, depending on what culture, religion you view them from, locked into you because of your DNA. They are targeting you, especially if you're having multiple occurrences with them. And I wonder if it's your DNA, if you have a specific type of DNA,
that's what a
or
lot of
even your
people have told me
lineage.
this theory. Like it's
Yeah.
crazy. It's crazy. A lot of people have told me that. And I've always been like afraid to do like my ancestry thing
Yeah.
just to see, just for like the shits and gigs. But I've just been like, I don't know,
So I
maybe.
won't do the ancestry, nor will I do the blood. And the only reason
Yeah,
why,
see,
and
that's
guys,
why. That's
the only
why.
reason why is because you're sending your blood to a government facility
Yes.
that you do not get it back. They test
Yes.
it, they store it,
And keep
and
it.
they keep it. You don't get your DNA back. I won't do
Man.
it.
Yeah,
So,
that's why I've been like, there's got to be another way.
yes. So somebody asked, what are you up to now? How are you now?
Me, I'm doing great right now. I'm just continuing to like do things I enjoy. I do my music. I fish constantly. I have two twin daughters. I take care of my family. I'm happy to be home for the vacation, slow things down for a little bit, not worry about being out in the ocean or having to, work for a little bit. So I'm actually just chilling right now. I'm actually in a really good spot.
See, that is awesome. And then cool info about his connections with sirens. Daughters are beautiful. Your daughters are beautiful.
Thank you. Oh, I do.
Um,
I do all the
if
time.
you've been to a doctor ever, which we all have, they've got your DNA. Yeah, but it's different. So I'm going to actually expand on the whole DNA testing. There are studies coming out that insurance companies are pulling those DNAs, which is illegal, to see if you're a carrier for some sort of cancer so they can deny your insurance policies.
Oh wow.
FYI, it is
That's
happening. So
crazy.
it's more to it than just the government having your DNA.
Yeah,
It's
that's
actual
nuts,
insurance
man.
policies
You know what?
not
It
willing
doesn't
to,
surprise me.
yeah.
Doesn't surprise me at all,
So
one bit.
just FYI, people. But I saw some what race are you? Not sure if that matters. Hello from California. Oh, he said the science lab had a medical bed in it, the one in his video on his boat.
Yeah, yeah.
So while they were doing this, well, I don't, you weren't there, but did any of your fellow fishermen tell you if they caught anything?
No, no. It was very like hush hush, very, very quiet. It was, you know. And
So
now they
here's the
make it
thing.
like routine to like do it once a year. Like, but they don't
On
tell
your
us
guys'
now.
boat?
Mm-hmm. Only mine.
Wait, that only happens, that part I do know, because I was researching a little bit. That only happens like one every 5 years or every,
Yeah.
because there's so many boats, commercial boats out there.
So many. My fleet has over like 400 boats in it just in itself. And there are like three or four fleets around where I live, and then so many much more and every year now. So,
Oh, Diana,
and
I got you.
I'm on this
She said,
one. The next one that's going,
really?
I'm gonna be on it too. So,
When they're going to do another government
yeah.
check?
Yep. We
Okay,
already got
so
we already got it. We already got a heads up, so I'm waiting.
oh my God. Okay, so here's the thing. Were they missed like the first one? I know they caused that car accident. That's actually textbook military, close it down, get rid of, keep it quiet.
Make it look like an accident.
Make
Yeah.
it look like an accident. But you actually need to be on the boat because those sirens have targeted you,
Yeah.
not anybody else. Unless there's somebody else on the boat that sees the same experience as you do, but they've targeted you. So they're more likely to see something with you on the boat than off the boat.
That's that's
So,
that's true.
but I would also advise keep your lives and your posts going because
Oh,
it's
I'm not stopping them. I did
really,
for a little
literally
bit. I did for a little bit because I was just like, you know what? I'm just like, ugh. I was just like so caught up in like everything. It was
overwhelming.
just like too much at one point. And then I'm just like, you
It
know
is.
what? I gotta get back into this because it's not stopping. It's still continuing to go. I still hear these things, and they're gonna be doing another survey on my boat soon at any point in time. So,
And the music, do you ever hear like the music from them?
oh, I hear it all the time. When
Does it
it's crazy. When I first started hearing it, like the first time I heard it, I came home from a fishing trip. I got in the shower. I literally had like a breakdown in the shower because at like one point in the shower, like that was all I heard. It was all I heard, and I couldn't get it out. It was scary. It was like some scary stuff. Like I used to hear it all the time when I wasn't fishing. Like it was bad. It was bad. It took me like a good month to like be able to do it and not hear it because I'd be like, did I hear that? Is that my brain playing tricks on me? Like, am I like going through like some type of phase where I'm just gonna hear it all the time now because I've witnessed this, or is this just it was a lot at one point. Yeah.
Diana, yes, it's the singing. So my do you have the urge to get into the water to like
Oh,
just jump in?
oh yes. When I heard it, here's the thing. When I first heard it, I tried to get as close to the water as I possibly could, but I still knew it was the water. I still knew. But I literally tried to get, you saw me. I was on the rail. I was on the rail to the
Yeah.
boat. I literally tried to get as close as I possibly could, you know? So it was, but I subconsciously I knew like if I go over, it's not going to be good. So
Yeah.
I'm
That'll
gonna get
be,
as
and I
close as
think
possible.
that is so this is like a live rendering of folklore of sailors. Emma, like if they had you under hypnosis, that's a really good point because in folklore, sailors would state that they would hear the siren song and they would be like hypnotized and they would end up in the water and never seen or heard from again. And there's different folklores of the men being eaten or the men being, enchanted and taken down into the depths to be mated, but
Yeah,
they're just
I've
never
I've
seen again.
I've even heard like because some people have brought this up before, the ones that they sing to and don't go into the water, they got to keep going and try. They're like attached. Like
Yeah.
it's like I've heard that folklore too. There's just so many because these stories have been around for so long. This is
Yes.
nothing
Over
new.
30,000
This is
years.
nothing new. Book of
This
Enoch,
is
this
not
is
new.
nothing new at all.
No.
So this is
We have
just
cave drawings of mermaids, which again, that video is coming out Friday, but we have cave drawings going back to over 30,000 years. We have the first report of a mermaid from 1000 BC in Assyria. So no, this is not new. This is literally you can put it to almost the beginning of our human civilization of written records. So
absolutely.
it's just it's just so unreal that we're experiencing this real time, live. Yeah. No, it's a figment of your imagination. You see
No,
these
it's
things.
yes. It
So
is it
what
is it is crazy. Like when I think about it, like I feel absolutely like blessed to have these experiences that I've had because they literally changed my life in so many
do you
different ways.
regret it though?
Mentally,
Yeah.
no, because now I'm just so I know, like I know. So nobody can tell me nothing. Nobody can tell me nothing now. Any lie the government has ever told, I know it's a lie. Everything is just it's all fake.
So,
So
what do you think
messed up.
about anything other paranormal? So, you've had an actual up close experience with the paranormal world. What about like other stuff going on right now? Like we have a whole alien thing that's happening. We have just so much in our myths and our legends. Do you think that it could be credible? Is there something more to
Oh
it than what
yes.
we were led to believe?
What my theory, my whole thing is, whatever we call sirens, mermaids, I think it's just extraterrestrial life that is aquatic. If now that we know ETs are real, let's be real, we know this. We've known this for a long time. Now people have their phones out, things are happening in Las Vegas. You can't hide it from us now. They're
Yeah,
real. They can travel from one planet to another. They can live in the water.
exactly.
The pressure won't gonna bother isn't gonna bother them. The technology is gonna be there. So who's to say there isn't a base down there? Who's to say?
Yeah.
That there was what
Especially it's
5% of the
only what?
ocean
Yeah,
discovered?
that's explored.
76% of
One.
the world is water. So it's just a lot to, if you think about it logically from a logic standpoint, statistically, it's more it's more easier to believe that these things are there than they're not. So
Yes. And someone put, has anybody else on your boat experienced what you're experiencing? Do they have this?
not like I do. Like when everybody hears them, obviously, when it goes on, because I had one video where the noise actually followed me in from the ocean, followed me in from the ocean all the way to the dock. And while we were unloading the boat, it was just noise. The whole there was just it was just singing right at the dock. And my buddy Dave, rest in peace, my buddy, I got him in the video. He's like, what the F is that noise? I'm like, Dave, you know what that is. She's back. You know what that is. Yeah. He's like, she's back. He's hooking up cages. I'm like, it's nuts. Like there's an extreme intelligence there. Because if you listen to me and watch the videos, I'll say, sing for me. It won't hear nothing. Then I'll sing for me, and then I'll say something back. It's literally like a dialogue. It's literally like a conversation. That's what it feels like to me.
Wow, that's amazing. And somebody put he died. No, he's not dead. This
Yeah, I'm a
is
clone.
Sauce.
That's the newest one I've heard. I'm a clone. And people are like, "Are you a
There was
clone?" Well, I'm like, if I'm a clone, would I tell you I'm a clone? Like,
right. Like, would you really? So my question,
that's
guys,
funny.
I 100% I'm like your paranormal girl. I am there, but sometimes we go too far. Like we got to bring it back a little bit. When you have it right in front of your face, it's come on, you got to stop questioning at that point. You're going to drive yourself crazy. But what does your captain say about all of this? Has he ever said, "You know what? This is too much heat. This is too much government heat. Like people are coming in all the time." Does he ever do you ever
He
feel
does
like you're
never
going to
pulls me
lose?
aside. He never pulls me aside. He has a tattoo of a pinup mermaid right here, really big one.
Uh-huh.
And I've been meaning to ask him about it. I've known this man 5 years, and I've never really just asked him about it. I gotta sit him down and talk to him about it, because I need he might have a story, and I don't know.
Especially if you have that
He never
tattoo.
says anything. He never says anything at all. He'll
And
give me a
Emma
look.
asked,
He'll give me a look
yeah.
sometimes, but usually it's like, you work and put your phone away. But I'm like, it's dolphins. It's dolphins. It's real
Right.
ones. It's real. They're jumping and
This
shit.
time it's real.
Yeah.
So Emma asked, are you going to continue working as a fisherman? Their
Oh
mermaids are
yes.
definitely connected to you somehow. You're
Yes, I
not
will I
scared?
will continue to fishing is my job. It is my career. Um I love my job. My job, even without all this mermaid stuff, all the sirens or whatever, this like going out, waking up, seeing sunrises, sunsets, seeing whales, pods, just being out there on the ocean working. I that's what I love the most. I mean, the money's really good, but it has
Yeah.
more pros than it does cons.
It's peaceful.
It is very tranquil to just go out there. It's so funny. It's such a tranquil place to work, but at the same time, the work is so hard, and Mother Nature can be so fickle. Is so it's good
So,
in.
and then somebody asked if on your next trip, could you go out and put in an underwater camera for your next trip? Would that be possible?
See, we've tried that. We've tried that. And when we put the underwater camera on the boat, there was way too much draft, and all the waves and the bubbles were getting all all inside the camera lens. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to fabricate something where I can either weld something to the bottom of the boat where it sticks out, on an arm or something where it stays out of the draft waves that are caused by the front of the boat. And I should be able to do that. I'm gonna be getting a whole bunch of new cameras too, some first person cameras, some stuff because I know I gotta record stuff because there's
Yes,
there's a lot there's
we
tons
need
of
to see
stuff.
it.
We see it's not just the stuff in the ocean, there's stuff in the sky. You see UFOs. It's crazy. It's crazy. There's no air pollution, so when the moon's up, stars light up the sky, and it is clear as day. You see crazy things up there.
So I have to ask you now because I'm obsessing over UFOs right now. Like I have so many people have sent me and it's honestly kind of freaking me out, but I'm so obsessed with it. What is the craziest UFO that you've seen out there?
Um, 2 years ago, we saw a orb come out of the water. So, so we were out there fishing. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and maybe about a mile out, we saw this glowing like yellow like sphere under the water, and it probably just came up. It stopped right in the middle of the sky. It went into like three other different balls. They like did this like weird synchronized like flying around each other, and each one went into different locations. That one was probably the craziest one. Like we were talking about it for weeks. We couldn't like we were like it was wow. I got goosebumps talking about that one because that one was crazy. To see it
Oh,
like that, that was just it's not like no UFO. Like this thing came out of and that's another thing what makes me think, it came out of the water and then just sat in the sky for a
yeah.
little bit. My captain's like, do you see this shit? Do you see? I'm like, yeah, we see it. He's like, we're under attack. I'm like, we're not under attack. We all thought it was a helicopter at first, but it wasn't a helicopter because it split up into like three different. We thought it was a helicopter with a big ass flashlight, but like, why would it come out the water? We were thinking like maybe like it came up from behind a wave, but like no, it came up straight up right off the water, went into three different types of vehicles, and then they all went off in the different directions, and not like they didn't move. They moved so fast, like not like a plane would. Like planes just
Yeah.
stay. Like these things were doing crazy maneuvers around. Maybe like some sort of exchange of information or whatever, then they just darted off. That shit, still talking about that shit was crazy. My Apple telling me to calm down.
Oh my
uh,
God, that's insane.
oh,
But I
rate
believe it.
105.
What so okay, so regarding the UFOs in the water, I see a lot of different comments about it. People are saying they come from the water and not outer space. I think they actually come from both. And I think the best movie that ever hit on USOs is the first Star Trek movie, the remake. So Chris Pine, their enterprise is in the ocean of a planet with an underdeveloped civilization. Their volcano is getting ready to explode. It's a super volcano. It's getting ready to explode and obliterate the whole planet. They're
Mm.
not supposed to get involved, but they do. He goes in, puts something into the volcano, and stops it. But the Neanderthal people see him, see the ship come up out of the water, and start worshiping him as gods. Because
Oh
to them,
wow,
they're alien. So, what if there are aliens doing the same thing with us?
doing some similar type of stuff.
Right? We
That's
wouldn't
I
know.
I wouldn't put it past them.
Right?
You can't nowadays. You can't put it past because the opportunities are endless for things we do not know nothing about. That's the crazy thing about the situation. When nobody knows nothing about anything, the opportunities are freaking endless. It could be anything that is physically possible. Now, what we know that happens on land. We know it. We see it. The ocean is crazy. Trust me when I tell you.
What other, so now because I'm glad that you said that you see other stuff. I've seen gigantic sharks. Like,
Um, no, not like megalodon type
oh,
type stuff. No,
yeah.
no. I
Not that I
I
want
would
you to see
hope
it, but
not. I would
I
really.
would.
That's not really something I'd ever want to see out there because that means I'm probably like food or something else. Like I'm in real
Right.
danger. But that would be crazy. I have seen
So,
a few ghost ships. Those I believe are real. A lot of fish ask
yes.
fishermen about those. Those are real. Seeing a ship right in front of you and then there's nothing popping up on your radar and then you look back 2 seconds later the thing's gone. Makes
Whatever you do, don't board them.
oh it's crazy. Well, I would never board any other ship other than my own just because
Yeah,
I'm just that type of
just
guy.
don't because you'll disappear with it and you'll never come back.
Yeah,
But so I have a question for you about the mermaids. Have you seen like I don't even know what to call them, like a school of them? Have you seen? Is it just one or
no,
two, or
it's
have you
more than
seen?
one. It's way more than one. Because when I hear when the sounds are heard, like the first time they were heard, Dave was hearing them on the left side of the boat. I'm like, dude, no, I'm hearing it over here. There was had to be at least minimum seven because they were everywhere. The noises were coming from either something on the ocean knew how to throw its voice all the way the freaking around, or it was no, no way.
And it's definitely not orcas because everybody swore it was orcas or dolphins, and
No.
they just I
Orcas
didn't
are
see.
crazy because now like orcas are starting to get more recognition because they're starting to migrate over towards where I am. But that's only a new thing. Like they started doing that like this year. Like people have never seen orcas over here before. Orcas are usually like they go like Greenland. They traveled up towards Maine. They go like British Canada up there. Then they like, go way
Yeah.
down south like Miami and stuff. But
That's a
yeah.
good point. That's actually a very good point because people think that when you think of ocean, you think automatically all the animals, all the
Oh
whales, all the
yeah.
sharks, they're all in the same area. They're
No, it's
not.
not. It's like certain whales
They're
are geographically in certain areas. It's pretty much like little neighborhoods all over the ocean.
People are saying 1,000% believe you, you believe him, he knows what he saw, and they sound nothing alike.
No. And trust me,
And then so,
if to see I'd see a orca. A orca is a 35 foot, minimum whale. Orcas weigh like what? 8,000 pounds, almost like 4 tons. That's a big thing to see. That's like a mid-sized
yeah,
sedan. Okay, that's
you'll know it's an orca.
yeah.
And then again, this goes back to you are a commercial fisherman. You're not a greenhorn. Ha, I know that word. But it's not like
Very
you just
nice.
started doing this. You've been doing this for years.
Yeah.
So that's what it does tick me off a little bit, the credibility. Don't attack somebody's credibility that has been doing this for years. This is not something new. You know what you saw, you know what you're
I think that's why it
experiencing,
doesn't
and
bother
it's
me. You know what I'm saying? That's
yeah.
why I like it just doesn't bother me because you know what? People are gonna have their own opinion. There's somebody you can write with a red pen, show them that it's a red pen, they're like, that's a black pen. I don't care what you say. It's just there will always be people like that, and I've worked with people like that. So it's just, more power to you. That's your
And
belief.
then Diana said, what was your first experience with a mermaid? They're calling you the mermaid whisperer. I call you the mermaid man,
Yeah,
so
everybody calls me Mermaid Man. I'm a star. I need a little sidekick, Barnacle Boy. I need somebody.
you too.
I need an invisible car and
But
everything.
what was your first experience with them?
My first experience was the video of on the boat where the video where it said jump for me. That was my very first experience with the
That
noise.
was the,
That
oh
was the
my
first. Then I
God.
started seeing them. That's when I caught the video. Did you see the video I caught? I have a video I caught of actual two. I have two of them, two videos of what I think are actual mermaids under the water from my videos. They're screenshots from my videos, and one of them is an actual video. I'll send them to you. You
That
know?
one, that one I do have. That one I do have because you can see her arms. And people are like,
Yes.
it's an eel. I'm like, fucking eel
What
has
eel has
arms. The thing has
arms?
arms. It has
It's
arms.
swimming. I'm in the middle of the ocean, dude. Like, like who takes a swim out there like that in their
And then
mermaid
people don't
gear?
and people don't understand when you're filming stuff in the ocean, you don't consider that water being thick and murky. It really is. Even in the
Yeah.
ocean, it's salt. It's
It's
thick.
full of bacteria and
Yeah.
krill and little little funguses and yeah,
Yeah, you're
very
not going to have that clear blue
nasty.
Caribbean water.
Nah,
You're
it's
not. I'm
gross.
sorry. And you can have the
Mm-mm.
best camera in the world. You're still going to get a murky video. So just
Yeah.
FYI, people, it's the region. But yeah, I did post that video because I'm like, that is a that's a whole mermaid right there. And then I'm like, oh my God, this guy is going to disappear off the face of the planet because he's letting out all the secrets.
That video was shot the morning after the nighttime video of the
Are you
sound.
serious?
Yeah. That was those videos were shot in under 24 hours.
Oh, somebody's saying talk about the crab. You missed it. He
The
did talk about the
crab.
crab. So
The
the
crab is one of
crab
the
incident, when
craziest
did that happen?
experiences. That happened the night of the the second night I heard it. Yeah. So I think it's the deck. So when you're working, you kind of make a little mess because you sift through all the things that you're not catching. So we weren't catching crabs at the point. We weren't catching rocks. We weren't catching anything. So all that stuff was on deck. I was doing a little, TikTok live video. I was live. Okay, live. All right. Holding my
You
phone
couldn't get any more realer than
holding
that.
my phone with my left hand and my right hand in my pocket. As you can even see it in the shadow on me. People are like, you threw it with your left hand. I'm like, okay, watch the shadow. I'm standing next to a right wall. You can see my whole body. You don't see nothing move. You just see a hand like this. I'm out there and I see a little crab. I'm like, throw the crab in the ocean. Wow. I start talking. I start looking around, just looking around with the camera, and then I just stop and it falls right down. Like, I like almost pooped myself. It was crazy because I don't know if you can tell by my reaction, but that was just so nuts because I'm like, oh, okay, this is real now. Like I was like, whimsical about the whole thing. And yeah, it was a cool experience, but I'm like, oh, they're just gonna stay in the water. They had their chance. There was tons of them over here. Really, nothing happened. So now I'm just gonna throw a crab at them, and they're like, oh shit, it threw it back. All right, I'm out of here for the day, dude. We're out of
So
here.
they
It was
said they
crazy.
asked, is it the same exact crab? I mean, do we know if it's the same exact? I don't know.
I
It was
don't,
like
I
crab, they
don't,
threw it
I
back.
don't know. I just knew it was a crab, and like people are like, it's not the same crab. I'm like, yeah, okay, that's valid.
Does it
I'm like, I
matter?
didn't check it. I didn't
Right.
throw it. Like, who cares if it was the
Oh,
same? I would think it would be the same crab because I had just thrown that one. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
I'm fishing in, maybe about 200 feet deep of water. So it'd take a little bit while for that crab to sink to the bottom
Yeah.
because the crab had already passed because he'd been on deck for a little bit. Rest in peace, crab. But to bring it up and then
I
they
think
must
that's
have
the
been
whole
waiting with a
point.
crab in hand, and he must have had the
Yeah,
same idea.
that's the whole point. They threw it back. No, it wasn't the wind that picked up a whole ass crab and throw it back.
You saw
Somebody.
it go down. Actually, I have somebody actually just sent me a screenshot yesterday because I just saw it when I came in. There was this guy. I gotta check out the screenshot again. It was as I was throwing the crab into the water, he spotted something in the water. I'm gonna have to check it out and I'm gonna have to send it to you. We'll check it out together and let me know what you think.
Yes.
Yeah, that
Oh
was
my God.
cool. If you're watching that right now, I think his name is Steve. If you're watching it, Steve, man, I'm gonna look at that, man. That shit was nuts.
Yeah, that is insane. And I swear, viewers are the best because they break down those pictures and they're like,
They
look,
see
this is
things
what you
I
missed.
don't.
Yes. Somebody caught on one of my videos a face. My house is haunted, but they actually caught the face of a ghost in a mirror behind me when I was doing a video. I didn't even realize it was there until my viewer sent it. She was like, look, there's somebody
She sent
looking
you
at
the
you. And sure
screenshot.
enough, and she said, I was like,
I'll
I need to
do that,
stage my
man.
house.
I don't mess with the
What the
undead like that.
heck?
I don't mess with that undead type stuff, man. That should be spooky, man. Like I
Yeah.
like to keep it, G as possible. But if I can't see what's going on, I'm not in there, man. I got a haunted house, be another house. Yeah, I'm out. I
But
don't really.
I'm like, it's fine. Like, I just
Nah, screw
randomly
that.
say,
No
just,
Casper,
don't
no
scare
Casper
us. We're
friendly
good.
ghosts here. Nope.
So somebody asked what happened with the scientists. So did you have a scientist on the boat?
Yes, yes, but I was only there for maybe one trip.
Oh,
So and then I wasn't.
that was the whole
Yeah,
accident.
Hmm.
So FYI, people, you missed it, but he was involved in an accident that put him off the boat for 3 weeks, while the government was, you have a new, I want to call it search and seizure, but it's not a search and seizure. You have a new government thing coming. When is that one supposed to happen?
Either
Can you
July or
say?
August. It's gonna be soon. Yeah,
That's like right around the
I
corner.
know. I know. I'm
Oh my
ready. I'm
God.
ready.
Oh, and
I
Daniel
got a
asked,
good
when was
camera.
your latest, what, yes, when was your latest encounter? Have you had anything recent?
It was the 13th of June. I heard some stuff. Heard some stuff out there while I was working. I was like, ha ha, nice.
They're back.
Yeah, it might be a
Oh my
weather
God.
thing. Might be a weather thing. Because like
They could
anything
be
else in the ocean,
migrating.
it could migrate. That's what I see.
Yeah,
They like
they
things like
could
that.
migrate. We got to stop thinking in human terms of what our species do, because animals do different things than what human species do. They migrate, they hibernate, they have clans, they go here, they go there. They're not just in one spot,
Right.
right? And also they're
Constantly
trying
on
to
the
evade
move.
us. Yeah. So, um, how long? I think, hold on. Be careful, the government does use you as bait to call them. I mean, I did, yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
we covered that a
we
little
did
bit.
talk about that.
No, hey, word for word. Too.
Have you been told not to speak about this? Has anybody ever come out and actually told you not to be talking about this anymore?
It's crazy. So I've received emails from random people who I don't know. I've received text messages from unknown numbers. I received calls. I've received tons of stuff telling me to stop, but
Are you ever
mm,
followed? Do you ever think you were followed or watched at
oh,
home?
when out, yeah, when I broke my leg, hell yes.
Oh my
Hell yes.
God. It's the whole Men in Black.
They're real. They're real, and they do not fuck around.
Somebody said, please catch a siren on your boat. But I want to mention, you had keyed in onto something that I've been actually just researching the size of them. They're not like a small little fish. You're talking
Yeah.
about a half a body of a human and a
I
fish.
don't think I would ever want to catch one though.
I don't
I
think
like
so. I
I
don't think
think
you
I think
should.
my purpose is like bigger than that, like to protect them or something. Like I don't know. I just feel like there's
Yeah.
there's 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 a reason. I don't know if they're trying to tell me something. I don't know if they're trying to let me know something's gonna happen or what it is. You can call me crazy, you can call me whatever. I don't care. There's a reason that this is happening, and I just have not figured it out yet. And once I do, it's gonna blow the freaking roof off everything everybody knows.
Yes.
It's
Just don't go in
crazy.
the water. Just please don't go in the water.
Ah, ah, ah.
Stay away from the water. All the myths and the legends around going into the water is like the worst thing to do for you. So don't, just stay away from the water. But this guy is so damn genuine. Oh, awesome. Yes, he is.
Thank
Love
you. I
it.
appreciate it. I appreciate it.
They do, and somebody else said they do have a plan for you. I think so. You're seeing it way too much. They've
And
targeted
it's
and locked into you for some reason. There is a
yeah.
reason there. We just don't know it.
Like when
He's
it
got good
it was
energy.
like a whole experience. Like when I first started happening, like I had dreams all the time. I had like for a month straight, every night dreams, every night dreams, every night dreams. Craziness, the same dream over and over again. It's just like these are just not like normal things that happen because I never had these thoughts before, you know? So it's for them just to happen after this experience is just one of those coincidences that I don't call a coincidence.
Yes. And they somebody asked, how long are you out there for? How long? It's
So
a
I'll be
trip,
at,
I guess.
so I'll do one trip for me is probably about 33 to, 35 hours. So I'll do 3 trips in a row. I'll do one, come in, land, go right back out, then I'll come in, go right back in, then I'll have like 2 or 3 days off.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How far do you go?
Oh, we go everywhere. We go everywhere. I go fishing all the way out towards, up towards Nova Scotia. We go out towards down in Atlantic City in Jersey. We go all the way out across the Georges Banks in between, ever look at a map, if you know where Massachusetts is, that little curl at the tip where the armpit is,
Yeah.
there's Cape Cod. And if you draw a line, it goes right to, Europe across the water. We've gone like right to the middle, like far, like fishing. I've been gone 21 days fishing before, so all types of fishing.
So you're out there for long periods of time, so you do
Yeah.
see stuff that we wouldn't see.
Oh yeah.
That is so
And
crazy.
it's and people like, oh, I go crazy out there. I'm like, don't get it twisted, bro. I got a big boat. We got satellite dish TV. Everybody has their own room. Everybody has their own bathroom. We have a kitchen. We got washer and dryer. So it's not like I'm out there. It's not like it's, 1960s and we're out there fishing. So everybody's pretty much got a good mental head. Nobody's out there, going
Yeah.
crazy. So it's just
How many people are on your boat?
at a time. So on my boat, there's always five. There's always a captain, a first mate, and three deckhands.
Wow. So yeah, you're not alone, and there's other. And how do the guys feel about this? Like with this whole, because this is huge. I mean, this is like
Yeah.
worldwide now. Everybody knows who you are, and they
No,
love
it's
your
crazy.
videos.
It's
How do they
crazy.
feel about it?
They love it. They love it because it's a cool story and it's cool with story and have a good video proof to back it up, So
Yes.
they'll love it when it happens, I everybody knows what's going on. Everybody gets their phones out, It's a new thing now, but I'm the only
So
one who posts them, so everybody's
because
like,
you're
no,
the
I ain't
only one
posting it.
that they've
I'm not
they're
posting
you're
it.
the you're the only one that they've actually locked into, which again, it's there's a reason, and I think it's your ancestry or your DNA. Who knows? You may have a lineage with the mer people for all we know. But
Mm.
I have a question. Is there a specific area that you see them in? So when you go out fishing and you go to different areas, do you see them in different areas, or is it a one typical location that you can 100% see or have an experience with them?
50 miles off the coast of Nantucket and Martha's Vineyard I feel is like crazy, crazy activity where I've heard the most and got the most activity. And it's funny, I did a little bit of research. There's like a little like triangle of magnetism over there. Like that has like there's like over like 300 shipwrecks over there, recorded and documented. So it's just like there's a lot of stuff going on in the ocean over there. So it
It's
would
like its
make
own Bermuda
sense.
Triangle.
Yeah, yeah. Somebody just did a video on it. I gotta send you all these videos, man. I got a lot of videos to send you.
Yes,
Blow your mind. Watch this.
send me them so we can post.
You're not
We're
gonna
gonna
sleep
start
for like
stalking
three
you.
days. You're gonna be on that rabbit hole. You gotta be deep in there.
But I do want to talk about you personally because I did see, and by the way, your music is phenomenal. So you
Oh,
have
thank you
started
so much,
your
so much.
music. How is that going? And is it
My
because, did you
music,
start that because of the Siren stuff, or where did that come
no,
from?
no. I have always done music. I have always done music. Since, I can remember as a child, I've done music. I was in a little rap group in middle school. When, when SoundCloud was a big deal, I was pushing music up on SoundCloud. I've always loved my music, and now I have a platform now, and I've never really stopped. I've never really stopped doing my music. So now I just put my music in there. Just like I always have, Some people are like, oh, you're doing the music thing now because you're a mermaid guy. I'm like, dude, I got songs posted back in '08. Like, do your
Right?
research, man. Like,
And you know what? Who
I don't even,
cares?
yeah.
Because you have a phenomenal voice. I
And
was
that's, you
listening
know
to your
what?
music
I
today. I
appreciate
was
that.
like,
Thank you so much.
oh my God, this is really good. And
Thank you.
I will be honest, if it was really bad, I'd be like, dude, stop. Stick
Yeah,
with the
stick to
mermaids. But
fishing.
no,
Yeah.
you have talent. So that's amazing. I love that you're doing that.
Thank
So
you.
I have a question for you because I saw this in the comments and I'm sorry for I didn't catch who wrote it or asked it. Um, you know the clip in The Mermaid the Body Found? I actually posted this a while back where you see the fishermen pull up a mermaid in a net
Yes.
and then it kind of spazzes out.
Yes.
Do you think that was real? Do you think that's what they look like? Like that
That
what do you think? What are your
that
thoughts on that whole
that
situation?
I posted that video because somebody sent me that video and that is what I saw. That is what I like the huge hand. That's what I've seen in my dreams. In my dreams, I'm just floating in the water and all these webbed hands are touching me all over the place. Like and it's crazy because I'm just floating there in the water. But those are the same like like long fingers, long webbed hands, gray skin, long tail. It's crazy. That's why I posted that because I think like that was the realest to how they would look. That video has got me sold. I think that video was a good
You
video.
felt it. You felt it on
Yeah,
a first
personal
experience.
level. Yeah.
Yeah, personal. Somebody said the dreams, oh my God, it's really his ancestors. I agree. I think it is in your lineage. I think you have a connection to the water somewhere down in your roots. And it makes sense that they're targeting you so much. Ask him if he's seen any UFOs coming in and out of the ocean lately. Yes, you missed the story of the three orbs. That is I wish you would have recorded that. Okay, so when you go on your next trip, and guys, it's coming up like within July, right?
Yeah, the
July,
6th.
August is this next trip. We need to see footage of not
Oh,
just the mermaids, but anything you see out
no,
there.
everything.
Like,
I got this new setup now where I'm just gonna be working and I'm just gonna have this GoPro going and it's just gonna be you guys are gonna be seeing what I see. So when I look up at the sky, you'll see everything that I see. So when I look in the water, you see everything I see first person. So it's gonna give it a little different feel.
that'll be amazing. All right, guys. I know I've taken over an hour of your time, so I kind of want to wrap this up, but I just want to anything out there that anything you want to message that you want to put out there. I personally don't think we need to catch a mermaid. I do think they need to be
Not at
protected
all.
if
I agree
but
with
what
you.
would you say to people who are completely fascinated? I mean, this is like the hot topic right now. It's trending from the Spain sirens to your sirens to just all across the
Yeah,
world.
the Spain
Everybody,
sirens are crazy. And that's what makes it, even more of a credible thing. This isn't just, you know, a story here. It's a story somewhere else. It's a story, all over the world.
yes,
Different types of situations, same story. So it's just, I don't
and
know.
men.
There's more. There's so much out, and we just gotta keep an open mind. That's all we gotta do. You
Exactly.
know, don't read into the hoopla. Actually sit down, weigh out the options, watch the videos, then make a decision for yourself. And whatever decision that is, it is that. But when shit
I
goes
agree.
down, I'm not gonna be that guy. I told you so.
Right.
I'm gonna look at you. I'm just gonna give you a little
I might be
smile,
that
and you're
girl
gonna
though,
know.
guys. I might be that girl. I'm gonna be like, I told you they were real, and you didn't want to believe after I've showed you video after video after video, and you still didn't want to believe. That's on you. But no, joking, guys. I wouldn't do that. But what I wanted to mention before I let you go, in all the videos that I'm capturing from Spain to the Philippines to yours to a couple of different other ones, it's men that are heavily impacted, more so than the women. And I've noticed that on some of those melodies, women are like, that sounds awful. To me, it sounds beautiful, but to other women that I was reading, it sounds absolutely awful. It sounds like nails
Some of
on
the
a
comments,
chalkboard.
yeah, somebody's like, that's a
Yeah,
horrifying sound, and I'm like, I
yeah,
don't see it that way. That's like that sound now is like chocolate for my ears. Like it's just like I love it. Like it's certain pitch. Like when I hear it when I'm out there working, like I'm out there, I'm looking,
right.
I'm looking. But that's crazy
So
how to a
before,
female it would sound like that, and to a man it would sound completely
yes,
different.
and it does. And I was just reading comment after comment, and I'm like, this is so interesting. This is like true scientific study in real life of
Yes.
how people interpret something differently and they hear it differently. So there's something there. But everybody, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for watching and supporting Sauce. He is alive. He was boarded by the government, but he's still here. He's still doing his videos. He's going to be going out in July, August on his next trip. We'll see more videos. Again, what is your handle so they can follow you? Because it is
Handle
so
is
hard.
dot
It truly
sauce
is hard to
dot
find your
90.
face.
Dot
There you
sauce
go.
dot 90. Very simple.
Awesome. And parting words, anything you want to let us know or just put out there before we end here? And this is just interview one, guys. I really want to do another interview,
Ooh,
Sauce. So when you come back,
absolutely.
we got to talk more.
Absolutely. Because I'm gonna have so much more stuff to say and show. But at the end of the day, just just keep it positive, man. Keep the positivity going. Keep the negativity out of your life. Just stay on your grind. Keep your head up. Anybody who's out there, don't let your friends be depressed. Talk it out. Have a good day, man. Love y'all. Thank y'all for joining me on the live. Shout out to Paranormal Chick, man. She's the best, man. I love
Thank
the
you.
interview. I love the questions. You had some really good questions. I really appreciated it.
Well, thank you for giving me some of your time. I love this. This is so amazing. But be safe. Be safe because we
I
need you
will.
alive, dude. Like,
Always.
so until next time, thank you guys all. You guys have a great night.
Thank y'all. Y'all have a good one,
Bye.
man. Appreciate it.